Hello and welcome back to this Let's Play series in Crusader Kings 3 Realms in Exile. We are playing the Rhovanorim as part of the Lucretia dynasty. Last episode we decided to start a war against the Kingdom of Upper Khand. The reason being one of our vassals was waging war on Upper Khand, and because they have quite a few alliances going on for them, their military was quite substantial, and the Kingdom of Upper Khand barely has any soldiers. They are our traditional enemies. They are part of the Hus dynasty. They lost their holdings in Usrevar, so now we're gonna make them lose, well, everything. So, we're gonna raise our army here. That should be more than enough. We don't need the entire thing. And we're gonna go fight them. We also need to take care of some things in here and potentially start incorporating Dale and Dorwinion into the kingdom. We also want to forcibly vassalize the Ophorings so that we can restore them to the crown of Rohan. But for now, we wanted to stop the war happening in Khand so that our vassals wouldn't control things that they shouldn't control. You're holding a race and you're not of my dynasty, so we're not going to take you up on that offer. We are losing money. That is not good. So we're not gonna do any events here. We simply have too many troops raised is the problem here. So I'm gonna actually disband some of these guys because we don't need that many. Yeah, you should do. Can only disband in a friendly area. Well, go to a friendly area. Dagorlad. Oh, here we go. So we got rid of the orcs in Dagorlad. We're not gonna do development. I'm gonna take the money. How is this is still ongoing? So at this point, all we need to do is develop the settlement. And we're gonna have full control of the Kingdom of South Rhovanion soon. You can disband. And just like that, we're not losing as much money anymore. We do need to hunt with you while you're not an invalid. No, we no longer need to hunt with you. So that can stop. We don't need to spend money on it. We can do a grand right though, so let's see how we do there. Do we have a sieger? Really? We don't have a single sieger? Oh my. That is unfortunate. Right. Unfortunately here. Can we? We can. This is the one, yeah? Yeah. Uh, I mean, we might as well just... But we'll lose the development. I don't want to lose the development. Tell you what. We're gonna send men. That will do. It's gonna slow down development. It's gonna cut taxes. It is what it is. I didn't want to bring them into the capital. You are already marrying. That's fine. So, we're down to the last few children to educate here. And while he's reforming his stuff, we're going to unsiege our holdings. We have a disease going on. Let's see where it is. Not quite close by, but we'll keep an eye on it. we're gonna get a diplomacy perk, which is what we wanted. We could go for a defensive negotiation and see if we can convince maybe the elves to join us. We don't exactly have a lot of alliances going on, so they might decide that it's okay to do that. Because we could use an alliance with the elves to hold off the United Kingdom, which actually have a lot more troops than we do. But with whatever, just take cynical. With Galadriel's troops on our side, we would be able to win. Right, more perks. We could take befriend, so we can start befriending Galadriel before that, but then we're gonna go down to groom to rule. Let's see if we can right, so the total is minus 54 because we're at war. We won't be getting one with Galadriel, it seems, because she has alliances as well, and I don't think she'll accept it. Can we get one with maybe Sildan? Yes, once the war is done. He's not as big as Galadriel. He only has 11,000, but most of these are professional troops actually. And if we look at Galadriel, her army is more made out of levies. So this isn't a massive loss. Can we befriend you maybe? Or learn your language to start with? Uh, that's not ideal. We'll let it run because we can't select it again until it finishes, so. You want to be impatient. You're gonna be honest instead. Right, sieging time. If we can get an alliance with him, we should be able to resist Aragorn. Aragorn. It's no longer even Aragorn. You really, really want this dude, and I really, really don't want to give him to you. He's that good at playing the lute, okay? He's really that good. We could actually put him as a chancellor, but we have better ones. Are you holding any position? No. Look at him. He's a virtuoso arbiter. I mean, how could I give him to him? No way. We're gonna switch our counselor though, because there's a massive skill gap between them. We will siege this. The problem with the Upper Khand region is that the territories are actually quite large, and it takes time to travel through them. They only have a few holdings, but they're vast in size. You want a horse race? You're not my dynasty either. Go away. Potentially, we might have made a small mistake with the witch coven, because I've definitely seen a decrease in the amount of horse racing that's been happening compared to my other games, where I played the Rhovanorim. Ideally, we should see a lot more horse racing, But even so, our renown is jumping in size. Like I'm not even sure when it's growing. Like I don't see the events, so it doesn't register with me that there's been horse racing going on. But just look at that renown. It's going places. And I'm convinced that's from horse racing, but I guess we'll see. You can go away. I don't want you in my presence. Thank you. Of course, this is gonna drop once this character dies, which is annoying. I wish we would have had a younger character on the throne. But there's not a lot I can do about it. Yeah, I figured this much. Can I select you though? How about we learn your language? We should be able to do that at least. Horse race, you're also not of my dynasty. Where are you? There, that's fine. I'm not gonna join you though. How is that plague going on? Um, it's not great. Let's see. It is a minor one. And what's happening in Gondor? Sorry, wrong button. It's not in Gondor. Ugh, just look at that. They did take Harondor back. They will be heading for Umbar soon, I'm pretty sure. What I hope doesn't happen is that they don't come for me. Now, they don't neighbor me. Yeah, they do. Through Mordor. But they don't neighbor me in South Rohan because they have a claim on South Rohan. And this is one of the reasons you're gonna need to expand your own domains. What the hell? Why did you get out of all of those? Sure, my knight can be that. I don't think it makes a massive difference at this point. We do need an antiquarian. Can you find me people who want to search for rare artifacts, please? We should have had a number of them by now. You are not part of my dynasty, although that looks very similar. Who who are your parents? Nobody knows. You're also not part of my dynasty. Are we fabricating? We are not fabricating. Right. Dale is too big to vassalize directly, so we're gonna need to fabricate. We're gonna fabricate on the duchies. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same thing we've done with in other Let's Plays. We're gonna take away some duchies. We're gonna give them back to their original owners. I don't want to replace the Dalish families. And we'll forcibly vassalize the king, and we'll give him back his kingdom, essentially. With one minor adjustment, in that the Kingdom of Dale currently holds two counties that are part of this duchy. They start with these counties, and they, the Kingdom of Dale has a decision to incorporate this entire duchy into the Kingdom of Dale. We're not gonna let that happen though. So we're gonna take those counties away from them and give them to the Logathavuld. It's impressive that you've studied Rhovanorim. Can we win this war already? I'm not interested in people who are cheating, not my problem. Solve it yourselves. Ah, you don't even have money. Okay. Do you have dread? Negligible. He has like 2 dread. Go away. I am not interested. Thank you. You want to expand in the city of Shephurst. Yeah, sure. Phew. What? Yeah, take it. I'll sell you my kidney for that. Jesus. Yeah, this is a horse race and it's part of our dynasty, so let's go. Do you think they have, okay, dude. Do you think they have the latest model of horse, like in the Star Wars pod racing or something? I hope that doesn't break your immersion too much. Can we can we ransom people? Frestroan Azdriag. Interesting. No need, but thank you. You're trying to unsiege that, but we're just about to win this anyway. And then we're gonna have to give these away. Go, go, go. Shepherd's Path it is. Yeah, sure, you can be lustful, that's fine. So we didn't win. The noble houses of Kenshad. Is that? It's the minor noble houses. Okay. So that can happen even if your entire kingdom is occupied by your own dynasty. I'm not gonna give away that money. Forget it. And there we go. Can we ransom some more people though? Just swiftly before he... Come on. We don't want him to finish that siege. And there we have it, folks. That is Upper Kand in our hands. And because the local religion was evil, and it still is, it's... Wow, have you already converted all of them? No, we can still find the original religion here, which is a Dominion of the Dark religion. So it's a Sauronic state faith. Because they were all evil, they effectively all lost their holdings. So now I'm gonna have to go through them. Preferably build some hospices and see who we can give these to. So I'm gonna pause the recording and I'll be right back. So welcome back. I've just gone on a building spree and that's the money we had gone. So we're just gonna arrange a marriage here. Today would be nice, thank you. And we're gonna start by giving away some of these territories. He's gonna get this duchy here. I don't think I want to give him the capital quite yet, so we're not gonna give him that. I have gone and built um, hospices through all of these so that hopefully he continues to develop them. He can only hold so many of these, and the question is which ones to give him. It doesn't really make a difference. These are the only ones with more holdings, and he holds both. So I think at this point we're gonna create a wall here. We do need more money, and we don't have more money, and I have looked, and I can't even borrow from the Holy Order, so that's not an option. I still need to give away all of these, but I'm gonna hold on to this one, because we're waiting for a city to finish building, and I'm gonna hold on to this one because we want this to build a hospice, take the duchy, and replace the duchy building. So back I go to the whites were banished as well. So we need to build the settlement up. So back I go to hunting for people to give this to. Unfortunately, I've already realized I've made a mistake with who should have been given what territory. Because if we follow this guy, we can see that his brother holds the High Lordship of Surbeki. Okay, that's not a problem. However, his parent is this guy, and he only holds these two for now, because he's also the heir of this entire duchy. So already we can see problems with inheritance, because he's gonna inherit the entire duchy, and then this guy is gonna sit on two duchies. So we need to take away this duchy. We'll need to fabricate on the whole thing and move and give this duchy to someone else. And I don't know to whom at the moment. So we're already running into issues. So off I go to hunt for more people. Be right back. So here we are. I've managed to distribute this quite a bit. I had to go hunting for some people to give it to. We are still holding a few territories. This one we're gonna give away in a bit. I just need some money to place a hospice, and I'm gonna give it to this lady here, who is married matrilineally into the house Eoforing. It's not the heir, this is the heir, and this is the gentleman in question who's being married off to, who she's being married off to. This one we still need to replace the duchy building here before I pass it on. And finally, the capital of the kingdom is gonna go to this child here, who is one of the sons of the future king of Usrievar. So he's gonna inherit this. Hopefully he won't share stuff in the other kingdom. I don't know how else to do it for now, because we have a bit of a mess going on in the dynasty, but we'll do our best to repair what damage we've done as time goes by. Sure. In the meantime, the reunited kingdom is fighting against Harzan. They're gonna win swiftly, and we need to forcibly vassalize Rohan while we have a chance. So I'm probably going to go to war with Rohan in a bit. If we can ally you, yes, we can. So there we go, we have our alliance with Sildan. Can we replace you yet? No. Come on, take over, thank you. So now we can replace you, and we can give you away. I am expecting rebellions here. We are not allied, are we? No. So, we can forcibly vassalize him. We're gonna declare this war. And we're gonna call in Sildan. This can disappear, that's fine. And we're going to raise our army. And I expect Rohan, I expect Eldarion to answer this swiftly. There's not a lot we can do. He may not be able to call it though, because the crown of Rohan no longer exists. He should be able to though, because he is allied to Eldarion. Yeah, no, we have to take this. Let's intercept their army first. Have you called him in? You haven't. This feels a bit wrong, but there's not a lot of options for me to repair the Kingdom of Rohan. He's gonna be upset with me for a bit, but that's okay. So we have a new dynastic legacy to adopt. We're gonna take octogenarians. And that will increase his lifespan by another 5 years. If you could capture him, that would be amazing. You could not. That is unfortunate. Let's siege this, because we can. We'll ransom you off, and you're free to go. You want to be compassionate, that's the best one between them. So here comes Sildan's army, and we have heraldry. That is amazing. Is there anything here that we particularly want? Not really. Chronicle writing has been done. We have everything here, so we can focus on this now. And I think we have manneralism. This would be good. Fabricating a claim on a county councilor task speed plus 50%. Let's do that because we have quite a few to do. Are we fabricating on Dale yet? We are. No, I'm not gonna accept alliances inside. Yeah, we can. Go. We're bleeding money. We have orcs in Dagorlad, but we're building there at the moment. Come on, siege faster. Ooh, we need to marry you off. Can we not marry you inside our dynasty? Really? No, we cannot. Let's find you someone beautiful. We lack people with beautiful and skin changer. Are these the only options? He's not gonna be alive for much longer, and he's deceptive. That's fine though. No, we want the duchy, not the county itself. We've taken prisoners. Can we ransom you? We can. And Eldarion just conquered Haruzan. We'll see if he establishes the kingdom of... I forgot the name. Basically the one in Merland. We'll see if he establishes it. He might. Why did you die? You were murdered. And your son is the heir. I don't mind that, actually. He would be a steward, and he'd be a good one at that. We managed to get some gold to buy time for our army to finish this. Is Sildan helping us with the siege? No. Do you have... You have trebuchets. High Lordship of Westfold. This one? Yes. You will pay us for this? I can't, can I? No, because I don't have the ability to demand hooks. No. We'll go for Groom to rule. How long on this? This is discovered 17 years. Ah. We did not get Herbalist. And there we go, we won. So he is now our vassal, which means you're upset with us. However, I have here the High Lordship of Kalemir to give you, and you're gonna be happy with us. And you already hold this duchy, you do. So we're gonna give you this vassal, because he is yours. And he likes us now. So now all we need to do is wait for the necessary funds to re-establish the crown of Rohan and give it to him and transfer his vassals over. And we can see here that the mansion of the Whitbergs has been established, which is part of the High Kingdom of the White Mountains, which is not a very big empire. It only has 2 kingdoms in it. Good luck pronouncing the name of these kingdoms, though. I'm certainly not going to try. This kingdom has 3 duchies, and this one only has 2. So it's not a very big kingdom, all in all. Right. So. Let's take this county away from them. We could vassalize you, but you won't accept it except with religious except under religious terms, freedom of religion, and I'm not willing to mess around with that. You're also Variags, I just can't be bothered, so we're just gonna siege you and take your stuff. And it's gonna go to you directly, I think. Our dynasty has improved. It is glorious now. We have this nice yellow border around it, and we're not that far off from legendary, which is gonna give us the purple tinge around it. And we will soon have to clear the rest of we will have to clear this as well. Horse racing, yes please. We will absolutely join your horse racing. Lonely towns, I cannot because we need to raise money for other things. So the priority is to establish the crown of Rohan so we can give these away. Who are you fighting and for what? Ah, you have a claim on the duchy. You're not gonna win that though. Come on. There we go. Yeah, so he holds this now. We're gonna have to build hospice. And wouldn't you know it, we can use the Variag Bow and destroy the Prize Sword instead. And that's the hospice build. Sure. Here goes the race. Hopefully we're the ones who win. We are not. You came all the way from there. So they came from this area because this is one of the fates of the Easterlings. It's not an evil one. This is not considered an evil faith. It's one of the few that isn't. This one isn't evil either. Feel free to pause. The cult of the Dasimai isn't evil. And I think those are the only two. This one's hostile. This one's evil, evil, and evil. You have people you want to ransom. Why do you care? Sure. And we have people we can ransom. Who are you? No idea why she's worth 100 gold, but I'll take it. You want them. No, you're not having them. We can skin change. Let's go for the hilly advantage. Any revolts happening here? Not yet. Our dwarven vassal has started expanding. I wish he would get married though. He does need children, otherwise his colonies are gonna disappear with him. Let's have a bit of tea. And I can see a rebellion. I spy with my little eye a rebellion. You do not have the troops to face this. But that's okay, because we do. So let's raise our troops real quick. No, I don't want that. I want the duchy game. We can join that. Let's do. We have nothing better to spend our time on anyway. That will do, game. That will do. And we're gonna join your war. Are there no rebellions? Not yet. I know exactly where we are. Good. It is what we want to hear. Can we marry you off? We could, but I don't particularly care who you marry. It would be nice to have you convert though. Can we educate anyone else? No, that is the end. So, You are gonna teach the court instead. Well, okay. We'll train him. We're almost close to restoring the crown of Rohan. And then we're gonna raise money for the golden realm of Medlar Chicane, which is gonna be 800 gold, just so we can destroy it. How are we for time? We're at 40 minutes. We should have time for this. You want an internal alliance? No, thank you. Right, so here we are. We have enough money for the crown of Rohan. Congratulations, my dude. Before you pass on, you are restored to the kingdom of Kalenardhon, otherwise known as the Riddermark. You may have your vassals back. What? Ah, you inherited your vassals. Good. So we've righted an injustice that was caused by Mordor. We could at this point grant them independence. Nothing is stopping us from doing that. So leave a comment if you want Rohan to be free. Throw a comment my way. Type it in there. Rohan should be free. Or if you want me to keep them, seeing as we are Rhovanorim and therefore the ancestors of the Rohirrim, then we will keep them. Have you been tributized? You have. Look at the size of her armies. It's just insane. You want me to stop being a witch? Nah, nah, nah. We're not doing that. He's established a delving already. What is the development level here? 2. And 1. And 1. Really? This is only 1? Interesting. So what we're going to do is we're going to declare war to clear the warrens. We want to get rid of these goblins for goodsies. So we're gonna raise our military here. How are we on rebellions? Nothing. That's what I want to see. You don't need that many, dude. We can safely remove a bunch of them. Go, murder, kill, destroy, and you can be removed. Because they only have a few thousand at best. And they're at war with each other. Are you serious? Who are you fighting? Why are you fighting? Because you're hostile to one another for some reason. Interesting. We'll see if the kid wants to stay or not. Apparently he's not my guardian. I think he already left. Plague. It's kind of far away. We have another Grand Rite. Sure, we'll visit for the Grand Rite. Look at that renown. Like it's just growing and growing and growing. So that's the end of that war. And that is now brought back to the wilderness. Marzgurak. I wonder if that changes names. What do you want? You want to offer me a long beard. I accept. And we have perks. Groom to rule. So she gets stats. And that's it. Because he's dead. Because he was murdered by someone. Sure. So these should now go away as well. No, we're still left with you, delving level 1. But that's okay, because we'll attack you as soon as the truce expires to clear you from the mountains once and for all. You really don't want to give me the duchy title, do you? Let's try on this one instead. I am not a big fan of the fact that he still holds Isengard, but I'm not gonna intervene there because those are not our de jure territories. We are currently actually integrating Rohan into the Rhovanian uh, empire. It would take 100 years to do that though. We're getting close to the 800 mark. This is gonna be Usrievar and right. So we're about to have a rebellion here. How are we for time? 48 minutes. We almost have enough to do the never mind. Oof, that is a lot. That's 20,000, 14, so 35,000, 36,000 troops. Oof. I was just mentioning we were gonna have a rebellion. Luckily, we also have allies. Right, we don't need all of these now. Let's break away the massive number of levies. That'll do. Because we're gonna have the aid of our own people. You know what? I'm gonna pass on the hunt, thank you. Where are you? There. And there and there. Okay. So yeah, a bunch of rebellions. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Yeah, we'll join the horse race. Sure, go. But anyway, we're close enough to do the Golden Realm of Medloshukane title, and we'll be able to test if it works to create the title and then destroy the title. You want a defensive alliance with me. Can we negotiate one with Erebor itself? No. Considering you have quite a considerable army, I will accept this. It's a defensive alliance, it can't really hurt. I don't think we'll be under threat from anyone of any considerable note, but a defensive alliance is a defensive alliance. And he passed away of old age. And his kingdom has split in two. So one of them is the King of Isengard and the other one is the King of the Riddermark, which is what we wanted to see. We did not want to see Rohan in control of all of it. The race begins. Let's see if we win. We do, so we get a bit more renown. It always amazes me how quickly the renown jumps with the Rhovanorim. Here's some food. Don't starve. How is your health, my dude? Quite good. Um, Tell me another story, and why the hell are you in prison? What? Release him. Why did you imprison your own husband? Jesus. Right, so that's that rebellion done. And you're evil. And therefore, you are dead. We could mess around with waiting to release them after the whole thing is converted and everything, or you can ransom them if you really need money, but keep in mind that if you release these people from the rebellion, that lead rebellions, then the rebellion is just gonna start again in 3 months. Like it's just gonna pop up all over again, and there's nothing you can do about it. So don't release them. However, oh, and you're evil as well. Well, guess what? Right. So, how are we for time? We're at 53 minutes. I'm gonna pause the recording. I'm gonna save. We're gonna do the Kingdom of Medloshukane, the High Kingdom of Medloshukane, just to test if destroying the High Kingdom will pop the achievement. So I'll be right back. Right. So here we are, and let's create the realm. It's not an elective one. We're gonna let a month pass. Yeah, it is. So just to have a look, I do not have the achievement. Can you advance time a bit quicker? Just to let this happen. And let's see if the destruction of the realm pops it. No, decline. It does not. It does not give you the achievement. So I don't think that works. I think it should, but it does not. So I'm gonna load back the game because I don't want to throw away 800 gold for a broken achievement. It may be that you have to keep the title for a year or something like that. I'm gonna play around because I have the save. I'm gonna play around off screen to see if holding it for some time makes a difference. I don't think it will, and I don't see how else you can get this achievement other than just conquering them, but we'll have a look at that later. Anyway, I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna be right back. Right, so here we are again, just prior to wasting 800 gold. We do need to change our succession law. So we need to change this to primogenitura. And the reason we can't is because we have people with a negative opinion of us. So what can we do to improve your opinion of us? We'll start by learning your language. And on that note, we now have enough money to do a few things here. First of all, this duchy we can create it, and we can replace this building with a burial site. So there's most of our money gone. However, because we're changing it, it is now safe to give this away. So we're gonna give you the duchy. And now we can start focusing on creating the rest of the duchies as well. We were waiting for you. Yes, it is enough. Serve me well, give me renown. Ooh, okay. So we are not his rightful liege. We do not hold the empire title for his kingdom. No, we're not taking internal alliances. But we're gonna learn his language, and in the meantime, our diplomat is gonna work her magic, and hopefully he's gonna like us more. No, we want the duchy. The duchy. That's the end of that goblin. Right, so we finalized with this, didn't we? Yes, yes we have. Yeah? Yeah. So we're gonna make the duchy, and we're gonna give you the title. He's going to be the future king of Upper Khand. And this is another duchy. And you should be able to convert the faith on your own, but I'm gonna tell you to do it anyway, just in case. Now we're waiting for... Oh wow. What is the war about? King Guthmund is deposed. Really? Why? You have a number of alliances. No, we do not want Magriags. I don't care that the cultural acceptance is gonna decrease. When did you finish? There must have... Maybe the previous event? I don't know what happened there. I didn't do this. I'm not sure how this finished. Hospice, and it's part of your duchy, yeah? Yeah. Congrats, you just got an expansion of your territory. I guess we could borrow money, but I don't really want to. You wanna go far away. You know what? I'm gonna decline. Nothing in the skill tree is urgent at this point. We could go for what? I don't even think we need to be in this tree anymore. Let's just make money. How is that almost halfway done? It's gonna be really, really sad if you lose your kingdom, dude. I'm gonna have to fabricate on them to give you back the title. Hopefully it stays in the Eophoric dynasty. I wouldn't mind that. But if it's replaced by a completely different dynasty, then we're gonna fabricate and take away the kingdom. No. You're free to enjoy the feast without me, thank you. Golden obligations. And there we go, we can demand a bunch of payments. So I'm gonna pause for a moment and demand a bunch of money, I think. No, we can just do it like so. Yeah, I'll take your money. Some of these are fairly rich, they can afford it. There we go, so we now have a bit of money. More duchies, please. So you will have the Gap of Kand. And you will have the High Lordship of Kand Kuvesra. Did any of these change icons? No, not really. Okay. So convert the fates. They can stay that way. Skin change. Give me rough terrain. Hold mystical communion. Stand your ground. How is your health? It is good. It is not excellent, but it is good. So the next steps are 2 more kingdom titles. No, we're not going all the way there. Forget it. The next step are 2 more kingdom titles. We need to create Logathavuld and Usrievar. Nah. I feel accomplished. Let's see if we can change that succession law. We can. So, we are now under high partition, which means upon succession, all titles held by the late ruler will be divided amongst their eligible children, with the player heir always being given the primary title, realm capital, and any direct de jure titles associated with it. However, under high partition succession, the lion's share of the titles will go to your player heir, the rest will be divided between your children. So we'll see how that functions in practice. At the moment, we have one kingdom title, and you want that territory. Who are you? The reason you want that is because you don't hold the duchy. That's why you want that, but she's gonna pass away and we're gonna give you the duchy. And she should pass away before we do because she's older and she has a number of problems with her health. Uh, where are you? Not my problem. No, we're not gonna go hunting, that's fine. Yes, this is what we wanted to see. So we have the duchy here. Let's see. Try again on Rhovanorim. We want to forcibly vassalize Dale. Uh, yeah, this is truly heartfelt. Who are you? We're not gonna arrive in time. Oh well. We're already at 4,500 renown. Can you hold more territory? Not you directly. Okay. Any more revolts? What you can do, if you're not willing to wait for this kind of thing to end with truces and everything, what you can do is simply murder them. And once they die, their heir will take over, and you will not have a truce with their heir, and you can simply attack them all over again. I'm not fussed. Um, his delving is still a delving 1. At the next war, if it's still a delving 1, then it will go away. Yes, please, thank you. So, now we have enough money to create the Logathavuld kingdom. They are holding territory that doesn't belong to them, but I'm not gonna fuss over a single county. We're gonna give them the kingdom of Logathavuld. And you're holding territory that doesn't belong to you as well. Again, I don't particularly care. You may have this duchy, and you may have this duchy. You really want her. I really don't want to give her to you. Did I just click accept? Good job. I really did not want to click accept. That was a misclick. Oh well, they're gone. How many troops do you have? 40,000, and I have 24,000. We could go to war with them so that we are no longer their tributary. We have the defensive alliance in place. You want to invite me to mine. Can you get married, dude? Like seriously, just get married. Like that's the one thing I want from you. There's our dynasty legacy. We could go for increased skills with age. We're not that far off. Alternatively, we could start getting Master of Horses and Steadfast Warriors and all of these. I think we will. Simply because the Fury of the Northmen is that good. And this would give us a tiny boost to health as well. These would be good to have as well, though. Hmm. Let's start finishing private army. I think private army is gonna be useful. How are we for time? Yeah, we need to stop now. So we are now focusing on Dale and Dorwinion. We need to bring them under our control. What's happening here? Right, so he's been replaced with his son, and I absolutely do not mind that. Um, yeah, I'm more than happy with that. Did you just... No, that's the one that's married in our dynasty. So I'm happy with this as long as they keep it in the AO4 dynasty. I don't have an issue with this. Throw me a comment if you think we should let Rohan go. We can. Um, Throw me a like, subscribe if you're enjoying my content, and I guess we'll see you in the next episode. We're not going to do a lot more of these. We're almost done with what we want to achieve as the Rhovanorim. But we will do a few more. We still have Lower Kant to take, and Dorwinion and Dell. On that note, I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye for now.